in Baghdad, Iraq, 2004-2005, and then moved on to the U.S. consulate in Jerusalem. He served first as the chief of the political section and subsequently as the deputy principal officer. In 2008, he transferred to Manama, Bahrain, where he established the position of foreign policy advisor to the U.S. Vice Admiral in command of the U.S. Fifth Fleet, U.S. Naval Forces Central Command. Mr. Duffy assumed his duties as Consul General and Principal Officer at the United States Consulate General in Jeddah on June 29, 2010. Seniors, 2011. Take note of this incredible record, for it is through hard work and through preparation that such status is achieved. Mr. Duffy is also a parent here at AISJ. At that, it gives me great pleasure, great honor to introduce a diplomat, a gentleman, a scholar, a parent, and a friend, Mr. Thomas Duffy, Consul General, United States of America.
Thank you very much. I think the traditional response to an introduction like that is that my father would have been proud and my mother would have believed it. I also probably should have told somebody before coming up to the stage that this is the first high school graduation I've ever attended. I even skipped my own graduation, so... So class of 2011, you're already on a better path than I started on. As I began to write down thoughts for your commencement, I tried to think about what is it that makes an education at an American school outside of the United States unique and important. After all, the education at AISJ provides the same basic curriculum as schools in the United States. There's humanities, arts, and science classes, AP courses, extracurricular activities. But it strikes me that your experience at AISJ provides you with a very different understanding and context than your peers who attend an American high school in Des Moines or Springfield or Arlington or Boston. Your studies at AISJ may seem routine now, but it will become increasingly apparent to you just how unique your experience was. Rudyard Kipling once wrote, "And what should they know of England, who only England know?" And I think we can ask the same question of ourselves and of the American experience. What should they know of America, who only America know? Your education at AISJ and the part of your life spent outside of the United States gives you the experience of seeing and knowing America both from within and without. Your experiences here provide you with a unique sense of empathy and insight. These skills honestly change how you see the world. They change how you see yourselves. The distinctive experience of learning in an American system, in a system that's committed to nurturing the gifts and abilities of all students, no matter where you come from, no matter what you look like, drives home our shared belief, the core American belief, that everything is possible. Warren Buffett, the quintessentially American businessman, summed it up this way in talking about the founding of America and its way ahead. We had 4 million people in America in 1790. We're not more intelligent than the people in China, which then had 290 million people, or Europe, which had 50 million. We didn't work harder. We didn't have a better climate. We didn't have better resources. But we definitely had a system that unleashes potential, and this system works. Since then, we've been through at least 15 recessions, a civil war, a Great Depression. All these things happened, but America has optimized human potential, and it's not over yet. That's the power of your education in an American school, the power of instilling a stubborn insistence that you can and will dream and accomplish, that you can and will continue to educate yourselves, to open your minds to new opportunities, to grow and think differently about the world. That's as true for you headed to universities and colleges as it is for AIS graduates with other career paths ahead. Now that you've opened your mind through education, you're going to have to work hard to keep it that way. You'll meet plenty of closed minds along your way, people who've checked out, who are apathetic or cynical. And we will rely on your generation's patience, energy, and persistence to open these minds and find a way forward. What's at stake is more than your personal success. In this crucial time in our shared history, as we look at Tunisia and Egypt, at what is unfolding in Libya and in Yemen, what's at stake is the future of freedom and education everywhere. Years after he retired from political life, Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of Independence, wrote to an American lawmaker, urging him to push for more support for education. Jefferson wrote, "If a nation expects to be ignorant and free, it expects what never was and never will be. Your hard work, your education, and your accomplishments at AISJ give you the freedom to open doors to new opportunities. As you walk through those doors for the last time as students, remember to reach back through and to keep them open to communities that need your support to continue to thrive." Class of 2011, this is a time of incredible change, and that momentum of change will accelerate. Your challenge, the test of your generation, will be to channel this momentum, to shape its flow, to adapt to new and exciting opportunities before you. Your unique experience at AISJ gives you the foundation, the perspective, and the character to meet the test of your time. And we, your parents, grandparents, teachers, school board, and all the members of the AISJ community, we have a responsibility to be there through these tests and the trials ahead, to foster a climate of openness, trust, and teamwork among faculty, staff, students, alumni, parents, and the board, to make sure that you and the students who follow in your footsteps can focus on the important work that lies ahead. We've had some tumultuous times here recently regarding the AISJ school board, but even among that tumult, one thing was clear: the passion and interest of so many people in the success and well-being of the school and its students. Let's pledge anew to channel the energy of past disputes into common efforts to move the school forward. So, class of 2011, you've reached an important milestone, but the difficult road does not end here. We're proud of you today, proud of your successes, and inspired by the first steps you've taken in your journey to becoming educated, engaged citizens of the world. But as President Obama said to the 2011 graduating class of Booker T. Washington High School in Memphis, Tennessee, your diploma is not a free pass. It won't protect you against every setback or challenge or mistake. And you'll make some, I promise. You're going to have to keep working hard, and you're going to have to keep pushing yourselves. A few thoughts about college majors. The dean of my alma mater advised students to pick a major as if the day after graduation would be their last day on earth. In other words, to select a subject that truly interests you, one that makes it a pleasure to go to class and has you looking forward to coming to school. His advice was pitched to making the most out of the college educational experience, stretching yourself farther than you ever thought possible, and leaving college a much more broadened person when you had entered. Approaching your choice of major this way is also one of the best ways to ensure that you are interested and inspired enough to make it all the way through college graduation. And the numbers are clearly there, that going to college is a financially advantageous move, and that certain majors provide greater lifetime financial awards than others. Every year, we see lists of best college majors for new graduates, and they're worth looking at. But a word of caution about these lists. I went looking for the 1981 version, which is where I sat, where you do now, or perhaps more accurately, didn't sit. And that list of best majors didn't exist. The internet didn't exist. Heck, we still had a Soviet Union to worry about. And some of the majors that seemed to be guaranteed to set you up for life, such as degrees in television and radio, didn't quite live up to their promises. So my advice, especially for those going to American universities, is to rejoice in the flexibility of the American college system, in which you do have that first year to take different courses and to find a major that will inspire you throughout your time in college. Remember also the Latin root word for education is educare, to bring forth, to bring from within. Education is not the same thing as training or the acquisition of specific job skills, but rather the acquiring of an understanding and an approach to life that will take you forward. And it doesn't necessarily have to be college. So here's some brief parting advice. Stay focused, persevere, follow your instincts. If you embrace the possibilities, if you push the limits today, you will build up the momentum that will allow you to continue to do so for the rest of your lives. You already start out at great advantage compared to your other American high school graduates. And it's not because of some huge school financial endowment or facilitated entry into some prestigious American universities. Back to the question of what should they know of America who only America know, you've discovered an early truth, that the best way to appreciate America is to have lived outside of America. This experience means that you are already far ahead of other American high school graduates. You've lived the contrast between Americans and other societies. You won't necessarily need a year abroad to see the rest of the world because, in many cases, you've already spent your entire life abroad. You've experienced firsthand a keen understanding of the uniqueness of the American experiment. And you, who know America and so much more of the world, you will be the critical thinkers, the educators, the citizen activists, and the leaders who guide us towards prosperity and the promises of a more peaceful global society. We're counting on you, and we can't wait to see what you do. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Cousin General Duffy, for those inspirational words. The seniors have a gift of appreciation they would like to present to you. Summer? I would like to invite Mr. Mahana back to the podium. He has a few special awards that he'd like to present on behalf of the school board. Mr. Mahana?
They're going to let me talk again. First, I'd like to thank the Honorable Thomas Duffy for an incredible speech. And as they always say, behind every great man is a great woman, and I'd like to recognize Mrs. Ann Duffy in the crowd here. As the president of the board, of the current board and of the previous board, I'd also like to thank the members of the previous board that have served with me, Dr. Saeed Naqvi, Engineer Saeed Sadiq, and Mr. Mohammed Hussein for the service to the school. I'd like to also start with a round of applause for the seniors of 2011. Way to go, guys! "99% graduation rate, 98% college acceptance rate. Colleges include American University, D.C., Penn State University, Northeastern University, UCLA,